Okay, guys, let's get on to some more of these tools that are available to us. I'm gonna go ahead and hit my center of the window button, and then I want to hide these 2 points off. The scroll action button will still absolutely work. I just don't like, the clutter, I guess. So we're gonna hide those points. And then what we'll do is do another kind of a cool thing. Um, First of all, we're going to have to kind of keep this square small. If you have the problem where you've built some sort of controller device that is in the way, first of all, you can actually make that slider bar smaller, and it will go, your square will only get that big. That's probably a pretty good way. And then also, you can always translate it and then hide this one. And do a let's say a translation of 4 up at 90 degrees. So there we go, and then we can hide this one. Alright, so let's see if I have the right end here. Nope, I don't. Where's my slider? It's got to be that end. Uh-oh, I may be in trouble here. So I'm going to have to undo a couple of things there to get back where I was. There we go. And why in the crap did that not work? Alright guys, what's going on with me here? Oh, I know why it didn't work. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so anyway, we'll go ahead and do the transformation on that again. Try to get through this pretty quick. And then we'll hide that one again. So there we go, and it's probably a good thing to go ahead and label the point that gets moved. You can change that label to anything you want. Like, for instance, we can go to and say we want it to be called C of 2 for some reason. Okay, and then we can just click on it and kind of get it around here. Now the reason for that is just exactly for the reason I was having trouble a second ago, and that is that if you get down here to the end, it's kind of hard to figure out where the point you want to drag back and forth is. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and build the object that the Pythagorean tree is based on, and try to show you why that's kind of cool. First of all, we're going to select this line, construct a midpoint. Then we'll put a circle on that line. There we go. I'm going to kind of go through this pretty quick. I think this might be pushing my luck on how much information I give you for your project in terms of the actual theory of the Pythagorean theorem. Anyway, so we want to construct that arc. We can hide that circle, and then we can select that arc, construct a point, and then drag that point around here somewhere. And so there we go. So now what we want to do is we want to translate this arc here in order to make that arc slider I was showing you in a previous video. We want to translate that somewhere up to about right here. Now, it's really important if you're going to do this on these arcs, particularly, that you translate the right point. If you translate the arc from this point, from your point that you built, you're kind of in a hurt locker, because what happens is when you drag the thing around, instead of the point moving around the arc moves around the point. got to learn that the fun way. Anyway, we'll go ahead and highlight our three. Whoops, got to mark a vector. There we go, and then we'll go ahead and highlight our, I guess there's 4 items that we want translated. And we'll do our transformation, translate. I think I just did what I told you guys not to, didn't I? I do believe I did. That's what you get. Now, we want to do our translations from one of the endpoints of the arc. Sorry about that. So we want to go ahead and do that again. Now, we can select our 4 objects, 3 points in an arc, and translate. That'll work. Okay, now let's see if it's working. Yes, it is. Okay, so now let's go a bit smaller here, and we'll hide that that arc off, and then we're just going to go ahead and build these segments all in one shot. Now, if you wanted to, you could hide off the square, or carefully select only the points of the triangle in this controller arc up here, we'll call it, and then select everything that's left and make a custom tool that would do this for you. They don't work very well though. If you want to do this particular one, it's not a very great one. So anyway, let's go ahead and hide that. So there we go. And so now what we can do here is we can go to we can animate this point and this point. Let's see if we can do them both at once. I bet we can't. Oh yeah, there we go. Right on. We're going to do them at the same time, which is kind of defeating the purpose. So let's get out of that. We'll deselect one of them. Go to animate point, and I'm just going to let it go ahead and do its thing without renaming, in the interest of time, as usual. There's 2 action buttons. Okay, now if we select both of these action buttons, if we select them both at once, and we go to presentation, we'll have a presentation button there that will do our things for us. You can either have a simultaneous or a sequential presentation. I think it's probably more useful to have sequential, but you may think different. And then you can change the labels and blah blah blah, just like always. But we'll go ahead and select that and see what we got going on. Now, the sequential thing isn't really working the way I wanted it to. I don't know what's up with that. Why is that? Let's see, what that one's not the one we want. That one's the second one. Well, it looked to me like it was only doing one of the 2 things there, so looks like I'm getting really close to out of time, so I'm going to have to shut this one off. But that's what presentation's supposed to do, and I know it works if you do them simultaneously. I'll have to do a little bit more digging on sequential. Okay guys, that's it.